In a world where some trailblazers often remain unrecognized, one remarkable woman stands out for her extraordinary contributions to both her nation and community. This is the inspiring story of Lieutenant Colonel Charity Adams Earley, a pioneering figure whose life exemplifies courage, resilience, and the unwavering spirit of service. Born Charity Edna Adams on December 5, 1918, in Kittrell, North Carolina, she eventually moved and grew up in Columbia, South Carolina. Earley was the oldest of 4 children. Her father, a minister, and her mother, a former teacher, both instilled in their children a deep love for education and learning. This strong foundation from her parents helped shape an intellectually gifted child. Earley began elementary school ahead of her peers, entering as a 2nd grader. In her final year of elementary school, she passed an advancement test that would have promoted her directly to high school. Though her parents prevented her from taking that leap, she still graduated 2 years early from high school, earning the title of valedictorian at Booker T. Washington High School. After graduating from high school, Earley received a scholarship to attend Wilberforce College, a historically Black institution in Ohio. Founded in 1856, Wilberforce is the oldest private, historically Black university, owned and operated by African Americans. At Wilberforce, Earley pursued a rigorous academic path, majoring in physics, mathematics, and Latin, with a minor in history. She was also an active member of several key organizations, including the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, the Women's Self-Government Association, and the prestigious African American sorority, Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated. Earley completed her studies and graduated in 1938. As the United States entered World War II, the military sought to expand its capacity. In 1942, the U.S. formed the Women's Auxiliary Army Corps, which would later become the Women's Army Corps, or WAC. That same year, Earley joined the WAC. She went to Fort Des Moines to begin training as a member of the 1st Officer Candidate School. While there, she encountered the segregation policies in place. Black and white candidates were housed in separate units. Despite the challenges of this segregated environment, Earley excelled and graduated in August 1942, becoming the first Black officer in the Women's Army Corps. In 1943, Earley was promoted to major, making her the highest-ranking female officer at the fort and one of the highest-ranking officers in the entire WAC. At the end of 1944, Earley was appointed commander of the 1st African American unit in the Women's Army Corps to go overseas. This unit was the 6,888th Central Postal Directory Battalion, also known as the 6888. Their first stop was Birmingham, England, where Earley and her unit were tasked with organizing and directing mail that had been undelivered, creating an enormous backlog for U.S. servicemen. Despite the massive scope of the task, Earley was given only 6 months to complete the mission. However, her leadership and the efficiency of her stellar unit made quick work of the problem. The unit worked around the clock using the slogan, "No mail, low morale." As a result, Earley and the 6888 completed the mission in just 3 months. Due to their success in England, Earley and the 6888 were then deployed to Rouen and Paris, France, to tackle similar mail backlogs. By the end of World War II, the battalion had cleared over 17 million pieces of backlogged mail. After her impressive service in the Women's Army Corps, Earley was promoted to lieutenant colonel on December 26, 1945. This was the highest rank a woman could achieve in the WAC. In March 1946, Earley decided to leave active duty and return to school. She went on to earn a master's degree in vocational psychology from the Ohio State University. In 1949, she married Stanley A. Earley, Jr., and they settled in Dayton, Ohio, where they raised 2 children. Early spent the rest of her life focused on education and activism. She served as a dean at Tennessee Agricultural and Industrial State College, now Tennessee State University, and Georgia State University College, now Georgia State University. She was also active in various community organizations. In 1982, she founded the Black Leadership Development Program, which aimed to help young African Americans become leaders in their communities. Charity Adams Earley passed away in 2002 in Dayton, Ohio, leaving a lasting legacy. Her contributions to the African American community, the U.S. Army, and the nation are still remembered today. Her legacy was honored in a big way on April 27, 2023, when Fort Lee, Virginia, was officially renamed Fort Gregg Adams in recognition of both Lieutenant General Arthur Gregg and Lieutenant Colonel Charity Adams. Lieutenant Colonel Charity Adams Earley's life shows us the power of hard work, resilience, and breaking barriers. Despite the challenges she faced, she made a lasting impact on both the U.S. military and society. Her story reminds us that we can overcome any obstacle. By staying true to our purpose, we can create change and inspire future generations.